Welcome to the Dog Jug. How you doing, Roger?
Andy, I'm doing great. It feels good to be back home here, back at the Dog Chug headquarters. We took the show on the road last week, and we did that whole Barking Browns featuring the Dog Chug thing. And hey, by the way, we did fantastic. You and I, we were fantastic over there.
Yeah, that was particularly good. I gotta be honest.
You were outstanding. We really spruced that place up over there, that Barking Browns. But the Dog Chug, man, I know we got a big show tonight. Ross solo producing, first time.
Yes.
And the big game plan for our guests. What? Tell me more about that. I really don't pay attention in the meetings.
Did you happen to watch last night's episode of the Barking Browns?
I did. Yeah, twice actually.
Jacob was drinking during the show.
I did notice that.
We are pod influencers.
We're pod influencers. We're pioneers, Andy.
Pretty soon, every podcast in Cleveland's going to be. Anyway, you asked about today's. We're going to have my good friend Mike Crutchfield on. Crutch, as you know, this is going to be his third appearance on the show. And I'm a little excited and very nervous. Ross actually stepped up to the plate and he said, I want to produce the game. I have a great idea. Can I do it? And I said, all right, tell me the game. And he's like, trust me, I'm going to be great. And I have a lot of confidence in Ross, but man, is it tough because the game is the most important part of our show.
Andy, I don't even ask if I can take over the game.
You can
all of a sudden, who the fuck does he think he is?
Well, I'm glad he's showing initiative because, that's something.
No, it is. It's good
that we had to fire.
Get him out from behind the scenes and get him out there. Yeah.
But I am just very nervous. Like, what if he doesn't plan it all the way? What if he doesn't have the right tiebreaker and it all goes to chaos? They're going to look to me and they're going to say I messed up. So,
Andy, I'm not expecting like what we were like Dog Chug episode 0.01. But I'm not expecting what you turn out. I'm not. It's going to be areas.
What's up,
Ross?
guys?
How's it going?
Ross, how are you tonight?
Feeling good. A lot of pressure on me tonight, but I'm excited for my new role and responsibilities.
You said it was a great idea, and I'm going to be super proud. So I'm going to give you this opportunity. If you blow it, then you'll probably be fired like Ed pretty soon.
Okay.
So, I hope you're up to the challenge.
I'm totally up to the challenge. Do you want any teasers of what I'm thinking?
Sure.
So I lined up. I got a couple sponsors going. A couple giveaways if the contestants get stuff right. I might. I have a special celebrity video, just saying something about the Dog Chug.
Like, what kind of level of celebrity are we talking?
I mean, to Cleveland standards, probably medium famous. To national standards, probably not famous at all. But
Okay, so someone from Cleveland.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Now I am excited. So, all right. Well,
wow.
Say goodbye to Ross. This is going to be great. I mean, we used to have to prepare the entire show. Now we have to do just talk a little bit. This is great. We should have fired Ed a long time ago.
You know what? I think it was kind of, well, everything happens for a reason, and he seemed like he was doing great. He was excellent on the Barking Browns last night. I watched the Barking. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's good on the Barking Browns.
He was beautiful. I watched the Barking Browns now for Ed.
Wow. You need to get a life. So Kelly actually reached out though, and she wondered if she could jump on and give this quick update. And I said, as long as Ed, we don't see any Ed, he can't be on your screen at all. I thought that was acceptable. Do you agree?
Yeah.
All right. Let's bring Kelly on to give us an update on, how everything's going. Kelly.
I wanted to say I don't want to see Ed either, so we're on the same page. Daughter over here says she don't want to see him either.
No.
No. But he's been a little out of sorts, guys. He hasn't worn a tie. First time he put on a tie was yesterday for his podcast, for Barking Rounds. He's been really missing you guys. I feel like Roger's missing him. It's been a tough haul. Like, you think you just fire someone and you move on, but Ed's never been fired, and he's been taking it pretty hard, guys.
Wow.
He wanted to be free, Kelly. He wanted to be free, and it was the only way for him to
If
be
I tried to
free.
free him, he'd be just as sad too, Roger. Or he's like wants to be free, but does he really?
And I gotta say, I am not having a hard time with this at all. I still laugh at some of the stuff on Twitter, but I'm glad he's not on the show.
If I was in your position, I'd feel the same. Like, if I could fire him right now, I would go for that.
Wow.
But we're too deep into it, guys.
Hey, we want you to know that you and the kids are still invited to the Dog Chuck Christmas party. And if Ed has to drive you guys, he's welcome to wait in the parking lot until it's over. No? Okay.
Daughter's got her chance now. I can drink. She can drive, and I'll drink.
Wow.
We don't need him at all.
Well, there's going to be Fireball, so we'll get you an Uber or something.
Do you have Fireball right now? Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Wow.
You know my nickname with his family is Fireball. With Ed's family, they call me Fireball.
That's amazing because our nickname for you is Fireball.
See? It matches everything. It's not just the drink. I am a Fireball.
That's awesome.
It's not just the drink. It goes all the time.
So you mentioned something about a poll.
Yes. Okay. 76 millions. I'm going to go with the rock on this one. Millions and millions of people. You saw the parades in the streets, guys. 76% want Ed back.
Wait.
Unbelievable, right?
I think you guys take a step back. There was a poll. Describe the poll.
Ed, Ed loves him some Ed. So he went on Twitter and had to make a poll to see, because he's missing you guys so much that he had to find out if he should come back and see what the people felt about it. And the millions and millions, 76% said bring Ed back.
How much Fireball have you already consumed today?
How much Fireball? Only this much, guys.
Wow.
Not that much.
Ed is huge.
I've only just begun.
You're shot out of a cannon tonight. Okay.
Love it.
You're saying Ed ran a poll, which I actually know because I did answer it, but the audience might not. So you have the poll. Can you read it?
It was on Twitter about him coming back to you guys. I know that much.
Can you please find the
producer Ross? Let's go to him. He can read it verbatim.
Let's see if he has that ready. He might not. He's probably looking for it right now. So while he's looking for it, we can talk about.
I didn't have it right in front of me. I just know it was on Twitter. I saw it. I'm sure. Andy, how'd you vote? Actually, that's a good question.
Well, it's the poll was a little duplicitous, so I think we need to make sure that's mentioned. I actually answered the question, and then we'll get to the bottom of this. But why don't we see you do a little bit of Fireball action?
Absolutely, guys.
Let's see how much Kelly can drink a Fireball in one swig.
That
wasn't very good.
I know.
One of our.
But it's last time I got wasted, remember? And I couldn't answer questions. You said I got to come back a couple more times.
So I just want to point out, drinking one of Jessica's beers that she was so nice to send. And this time I'm going to actually drink it. So instead of chugging it. Ross, how are you doing? Let's bring him on.
Would you like me to read it?
Trying to search, but Ed has so many hundreds of tweets per day.
Oh my God!
By the time you look for it, you're stuck with Ed in your head. It's not fun.
Not a good place to be. Kelly, do you have it ready?
Ed actually brought producer Ed still going strong. Should Stefanski game plan utilize Chubb and Hunt together on the last half plays? #Browns yes. Dog Chug rehires Ed or no? 76% goes yes. 24% no. Would you like to know how many votes?
How many votes?
It says 329 votes, but I say millions and millions. I think that's underplaying it.
So 329 people answered his question about should Stefanski have both running backs, and he thinks that means he should be back on.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I think we just had an Ed appearance from his hand. Do not let that happen again.
Yeah. He can't leave you guys.
Well, that is
there are thousands of petitions online that don't mean anything. So at the end of the day, it's decided by the Dog Chug. We do care what the viewers and the people say, but it is considered.
I was getting DMs. I had to just go private for a little while because they're just flooding in, thanking me for firing Ed. People. I was hated in the chat.
Well, you were the one. You were the vote that cast that got rid of him, and I honestly thought he was going to be here to stay. So, thank you, Roger. Thank you very much. Well, anyway, I do appreciate that there is a petition that I have it under protest. I think people are answering the question, but regardless, if 76% were just saying you should be back on the show, unfortunately, we took a vote, and we need to stay fair to that vote. So, unfortunately, Ed is not coming back to the dog chug, but I'm glad he's doing well in the Barking Browns, and we get to see him there.
He was awesome last night.
He's a perfect fit there. I voted to keep the guy, so
I know that was shocking by you.
I could say I had my agent was whispering in my ear. I'll tell you that.
Well, the family took a vote to kick him out, but then we realized we needed the money, so we had to bring him back.
Yeah.
So it happens.
Christmas is coming up.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I hope you can cheer Ed up so he's not moping too much that he's no longer welcome on the show. But
I mean, he literally couldn't put a tie on for a week, guys. Like, you know how serious that is?
He wears a tie like every day.
That is pretty serious.
No. He took everything in his energy to get that tie on yesterday. He didn't wear one since he got fired. He was moping around. Like, it was pretty
Moping
ridiculous.
around in his tighty whities, just
I
like
have
not doing nothing.
On my
Wife
shirt.
beater on.
the great Jessica says, "What's up, Kelly?"
Oh, love Jessica.
All right. Well, Kelly, hopefully we can check in on you a little bit later and see how you're doing on that fireball.
All right.
Make sure
Gotcha,
it
guys.
isn't anywhere in the picture, because that would be a violation of the rules.
Oh, we're not in the same room. That's the way I like it, guys.
But he comes down.
All right. Well, thank you so much for providing the update. And
We'll see you later.
Bye, Roger. Take a shot.
Bye,
for
Kelly.
Me during the show.
Okay. And let's see. Get rid of Russ for now. And Roger, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Have you ever questioned how it's possible the refs could get a call so bad, or how the Browns' luck could be so terrible through game week where a quarter of the starters land on the COVID list? Do you think to yourself that God has cursed us and feel powerless to fight back? Well, feel powerless no further as the Dog Chuck presents Desecration Gummies, sold by our good friends Sacrilege Bros. Just 2 gummies infused with vitamin H and sulfur, designed for imps but work great on humans, boost your natural defenses, and prevents God from interfering with your sports team. Sacrilege Bros is ran and operated by Lucifer himself and keeps costs down with no middleman. Order now and get savings up to 66.6% off now. Desecration Gummies, give them your soul and they'll give your team a win.
Wow.
Thank you. I said to get a little business. Trying to get some money, and so
You got an ad.
yeah, we
And
did.
what a product.
Yes, Sacrilege Bros.
I was just thinking this week, that's exactly something that I'm looking for. I've been in the market for that. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah. And promo code is 666. Thanks for us. Ross says we gotta work on our ad segue.
That's us being
Yeah.
just not that that's funny. That's funny.
Well, I hope no one thinks we were making fun of the Barking Browns, who did do live ads, but honestly, that was something we were already talking about making fun of.
We were, and they jumped out with that, and I see Nick, and I'm like, breathe, Nick, breathe, because it was like 4 paragraphs of the ad that he read, and I was thinking, I was like, oh, there goes our bit. We can't do the bit now because they'll think we're making fun.
Yeah,
but we did it anyway.
Do it anyway. It's going to be fun.
We did it anyway.
All right. I think it is time to bring on our featured guests. Enough nonsense. Let's bring on the one, the great Mike Crutchfield. How you doing, Crutch?
Hey, it's great to be here on the Barking Chugs podcast.
I knew emphatically that you were not going to be able to say that correctly. It's the Dog Chuck.
Oh, okay. My bad. Sorry. It's so cool. I'm so happy. Like last time I was here, Roger was just a tiny speck in the background, and
I've upgraded my technology here, and we got ads now, so I can keep doing that.
Oh, good, awesome.
Put some coin in our pocket, buy some beer. I don't know.
Are you gonna?
Rutch, how you doing, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. I just watched the Cavs crush the Rockets, and
that was good.
Yeah, and I'm feeling good. I think the Cavs now that and I'm watching some Lakers. Like now that the Cavs are good, I can't watch enough basketball.
Wow,
it's weird.
Can you please focus on this show instead of your game?
Okay, I'll do my best.
And by the way, speaking of the Cavs, you might want to order some desecration gummies because actually a Cavs fan ate a bunch of them this morning, so that's why they won. Okay. So, are you excited to play a game run by Ross and not me?
Yes, I am. Yeah, because no offense, but it felt like a rigged game when you're running things.
All right. Well, I take much offense to that, but we'll deal with that later. Why don't we move on to our the great Spit Sip Chug? We got a couple great questions for you. You already know how this game works, but for all of our tens of fans that don't, I'll explain it very quickly. I'm going to make a statement. If you agree with it strongly, you chug and explain why. If you're tepid, you sip. And if you disagree, you spit. Sound good?
Yeah, great.
All right. So question number 1. The Cleveland Cavaliers season will have a better ending than the Cleveland Browns season.
Oh, yeah. I'm chugging on that.
Ooh.
Wait.
And why are you chugging?
Wait, the Cavs better?
The Cavs are going to have a better season than the ending to the season than the Browns.
Yeah, because I mean, all right. Here's my prediction for the Browns. I feel like this year it's been such an up and down year. I feel like we're probably going to miss out on the playoffs. Not just miss out. And it's going to be not on the first tiebreaker or the second tiebreaker. It's going to be something stupid like how many touchdowns you scored in night games, something stupid. But that's the way it's been. It's been, we got a chance, we're back in it, and then we lose. I think that's what the rest of the year is going to be like. It's going to be, okay, we got a chance, and then we're going to be.
It's never going to come together. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
But the Cavs.
And with the Cavs, I mean, the Cavs are, we were talking about it before the season started. The expectation was just be in contention to possibly be in the play-in games. And I think that is, we're going to be in the play-in games. We might even be so good.
We'll get
that we're in the
actual playoff seed. Jessica says, how do you trust the guy who is so blurry? And I do have to ask, do you have like dial-up internet?
I think I'm watching like Dateline and they're obscuring your picture so nobody knows who you are, like you're getting ready to testify or something.
It's not good when your connection is worse than Rogers, let me tell you.
I do have the lowest broadband you can get.
Wow. All right. Well, next time you're on, we'll have you call in from my house.
Okay.
All right. So I guess it's my turn to answer this question. And I am also going to chug on this because, I want the Browns to be an elite team. I think they should. They are not. Every time I watch the Cavs, they bring it. And I think they are going to be able to continue doing so. So I think they will make it to the playoffs and maybe even win a round or something, depending on their seeding. So I love this team. I'm so excited for the future of the Cavs. I'm excited for the future of the Browns, but not so excited for the next 4 weeks, if that makes any sense. So, Roger?
I'm chugging on it, Andy. And the reason is and Crutch touched on a little bit, is there's no expectations for this Cavs team. If we go in and we get into the playoffs as an 8 seed and we get swept 3-0 in the first round of the playoffs, people are still going to be ecstatic and pumped up about this basketball team. Where the expectations on the Cleveland Browns which were lofty, and they haven't met the fans' expectations. And so it's an easy call. The Cavaliers, as far as the fans' eyes, will have a better season than the Browns this year.
All right. We all agree on that one. Cody Grimm asks, is that
But the Cavs are in trouble next year because the expectations will be through the roof, and they're going to have to win the finals, or everybody on Twitter's head's going to fucking explode. So They better enjoy it now.
So Cody Grimm asks, is that warm-up new? Which I don't think it's new. I think I've seen that before, right?
Yeah, I've had this for – this is the famous cock warm-up jersey.
Ah.
Item.
Well, that reminds me, I was wondering if you're going to wear – well, I didn't think you were going to wear it because you never do – your Nick Chubb jersey to surprise me. Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's amazing. So a couple of buddies were all watching the draft together, and we drafted Nick Chubb. Crutch was in awestruck because, he made the I've got a chubby joke, and he thought that was so funny. So we thought it'd be hilarious to buy him that jersey. And then that guy turns out to be like the best player on the Browns. And every time we see Crutch or we go to a game, he's not wearing it. And we ask him why, and he goes, I don't want it to get dirty.
Yeah. You take it to a game and you're going to get something on you.
Yeah, they do have like washing machines though. So I mean, you could just wash it.
No, you can't wash. You got to protect these jerseys. You can't put them through the washing machine. That's wow. You got to hand wash these.
He's Martinizing.
All right, so then hand wash it. Enjoy wearing the jersey. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm glad you're wearing it today though, so we'll move on. Question number 2. Browns getting COVID for this pivotal game is proof the Browns are in fact cursed. Roger, we'll start with you.
My grandmother used to make my uncle come over. He was the first one that was allowed to walk through the door on New Year's Day. Nobody else allowed to walk. It had to be a tall, dark-haired man, or the rest of the year was shot to shit. I grew up with superstitions my entire life. And I remember my father, my uncles, the Browns are cursed. And yeah, man, I don't think COVID, we've been cursed before COVID. This just, cements it. I'm chugging on that. On that one.
I am spitting. Basically, I think, first of all, there's a pretty good chance they're going to change the rules by Saturday from everything I'm reading. And second of all, like the Green Bay Packers are probably going to get decimated by this thing by next week's time. So when the Browns are at full strength, we'll probably play a 60% Green Bay Packers team and we'll win that one. So if we thought we were going to win one of these games, most likely the Raiders game, maybe it'll just go the opposite. So that's that's why I'm spitting. We're not cursed. We're just dealing with a situation that's going to go full circle around the NFL. Crutch?
We got the.
Yeah, I'm going to chug because, geez. Kevin Stefanski getting COVID back-to-back years, like, what are the chances of that happening?
I mean, who cares? Kevin Stefanski is the coach of the team, but does it matter if he's on the sidelines or not?
But White Teller, Willis,
Willis,
Baker.
Wait, which player is named Willis on the team?
Wills. Oops.
You see,
this is why I want Crutch to be on every week because he always says the names incorrectly and it's hilarious. So thank you for finally doing it once on the Dog Chuck. All right, so Willis is going to be out, unfortunately, and continue.
I just think we're cursed. It's just one of those years. Maybe we'll have like that Baltimore game, the first half, I was like, the ball's going our way. That Mayfield fumble, they ruled it an incomplete pass, but the ball rolled right to Chubb. That's what that thing was happening. And then the second half, it just flipped and everything was going not our way. So I just feel like, yeah, I'm going to chug on it and just hope someday the curse is broke.
I think that Andy needs to do a chug this Saturday to lift the curse and whatever's involved, 3 coins from a dead man's pocket and some Eye of Newt inside the alcohol. And I think that will.
Do you have an idea of what I would be chugging? Because I am literally tapped for this.
I have no idea.
All right. Well, if anyone has any ideas, please DM me because I want to do a chug on Saturday and I have no idea what it's going to be. So more to go.
I got an idea.
I think you know what? Why don't you just do some? Why don't you do some Long Island iced teas?
All right.
That was my drink.
That sounds hilarious. Crutch, what would your idea be?
Half bourbon, half eggnog.
Okay.
For the season.
Yeah, it's very seasonal drink. All right, let's move on. Question number 3. We're only doing 4 of these, so we're halfway through. We're going to start with you, Crutch, on this one. The dog chug is better without Ed in Columbus.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I'm chugging hard on that one.
I know Ed's somewhere watching this crying right now. Roger?
And that's what makes it better.
I'm spitting on that. We're not better without Ed in Columbus. We're less drama. There's no drama. I don't have my timeline. My inbox isn't flooded with drama. What's going on with, the city of Columbus and, 1976 or whatever else. It's just less drama. But I don't want to say Ed he's a talented guy. So I'm spitting on that. We're not better. We're just lighter and not as much drama.
All right. And now I'm gonna sip on this one because I don't know if we're better, but we are going to be like 45 minutes short of a podcast. And I know a lot of people will appreciate that. So I'm sipping.
I saw his name pop up in the comments, but I couldn't read it. It disappeared too fast. He's watching. He's got nothing to do tonight. Maybe.
Well, we're not mentioning him anymore on this podcast.
Okay.
So let's move on to the last question of Spit Sip Chug. Similar to the last time we didn't have Baker Mayfield starting against a weak opponent, which clearly Nick Hardens would agree is not a strong opponent. The Browns will be fine this week with Case Keenum. I'm going to start this one because I haven't started one yet, and I'm just going to say I think we'll be okay with the quarterback, but I'm gonna spit. I don't. We have too many players out, and I don't feel good about this. So, Crutch.
I'm gonna sip because I honestly have no idea. No idea.
You sipping? I'm chugging on this, Andy, and the reason is because Case Keenum can carry a team for a game or two. He can control the ball, control the offense. I think they're going to run the ball. It might be a sloppy track. We got Ernest. I love you know what? Ernest Johnson was fabulous last week. He was better than Chubb and Hunt when he got the ball. He got around the corner. I see the Browns run heavy and a lot of tight ends and a lot of screens. Case Keenum will be fine. The Browns are going to win this Saturday. I got no doubt about it.
Wow. Okay.
I hope so.
Roger says we're going to win for sure, so I'm putting a lot of money on that. And if you're wrong, I'm coming to you. Ross wanted to come on and say something. So, Ross,
yeah. So
you have the floor.
I'm with Andy, but same thoughts as Andy. Case Keenum can win us with our normal lineup. We have too many people sitting, but I think he can get the job done to win. So I'm going to sip on it. Little hesitant with all the injuries. But here's my thing: a lot of people on Brown's Twitter, they get very opinionated. I saw that comment. They get very opinionated when the Case Keenum Baker argument comes out. There's a lot of hot takes, hot opinions. I think that kind of, is going to take me into a segment I'm creating as producer here. It's called Ross Rants. All right. So I'm gonna have a rant about, a hot Browns take, whether I strongly disagree with it, strongly agree with it. So let me just get started with this. So the big problem I have right now is not necessarily with the Browns. It's actually got to do with Nintendo and the way they're handling Mario Kart and their franchise. So, anyways, I'm a huge Mario Kart fan, but I'm really disappointed how Nintendo's handling it. So typically, every time Nintendo releases a new system, you get a new Mario Kart. And yeah, many of you might think, oh, I got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. Well, guess what? Mario Kart 8 came out in 2014 on the Nintendo Wii U. And you're like, what's the Wii U? Oh, it's the failed console that Nintendo had. So Nintendo had Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. It came out. It was actually the best-selling game for the system, but only sold 8 million copies. So when the Switch came around, they said, hey, let's just re-release this game, fix a couple things, fix a couple modes, re-released it, the same exact game, add a couple characters, everyone will be happy. Well, most of America's happy, but not me. I when I get a new system, I want a new Mario Kart. I want new mechanics. I've been playing the same damn Mario Kart since 2014. It's ridiculous. The Switch has sold over 90 million consoles. They have the money. They have the resources. Make a new damn Mario Kart game already. I'm getting bored. I put 200 hours into this game on the Wii U. I put another 200 hours on it on the Switch. And what makes things worse, I just don't have faith they're going to release it. You know what 2 Mario Kart games have come out in the last 3 years? The freaking iPhone Mario Kart Tour game that no one plays, and you have to pay like $2 to win. And then the other one is it's a Switch game where you control an RC car, Mario Kart car, which I do have for my 3-year-old son. It's fun, but it's not a real Mario Kart game. So Nintendo, please, all I'm asking is release a Switch exclusive new Mario Kart game that I can play at my damn tailgates for the Browns games.
Okay, that was Ross. So we're going to do a 5th question of Spit, Sip, Chug. Will the dog chug be better after we fire Ross? Crutch?
Yes.
I'm going to have to get my 6-year-old to translate that whole thing for me. I was Googling Mario Kart because I don't know what the hell he's talking about. But
I was searching porn.
That guy is passionate about having. Holy cow!
Did you sign off on that, Andy? Was that like? Because I didn't see that in the document there.
He said he wanted to do a rant, and I'm like, oh yeah, let's hear you do a rant. That'll be awesome.
Well, he did a rant, so.
Oof. All right, well, we'll have to talk to him offline. All right, now we're going to get back to another one of our favorite bits, which is where we try and pick games against my 3-year-old daughter. So let's give a little update. We skipped last week when we did the collaboration with Barking Browns. The score currently stands at the fans are at 16. Crutch, you're representing the fans. Roger and Krista are tied at 13, and then I am way behind at 10, although I am catching up. So, first game that we're going to pick is actually our Las Vegas Raiders at our Cleveland Browns. The Browns were giving 6 points, but after today's news, they are now giving 1.5 points. So, Roger, we're going to start with you. And you've already said you think they're going to win. So I think
I'm giving the Raiders 1.5 points. I already talked about it. Browns giving the Raiders 1.5 points.
You're actually getting 1.5 points.
Oh, all right. But even better.
All right. So Roger selected the Browns. I am, let's see here. Give me one second. Crutch, why don't we go to you?
I think I've got to go. So with the Raiders, I mean, I don't want to, but all honesty and I got to go with the Raiders. I mean, hope I'm wrong, but if I was a betting man, I'd say the Raiders.
Expert analysis.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for me, this game reminds me of the Jets game last year, where our entire wide receiver room was decimated. just before game time, and we were playing a gimme game, like a game you're automatically saying is going to be a win, and we were embarrassed badly, and I expect that's going to happen again on Sunday. So I am going Raiders as well. And Krista went Browns because that's like the one team she knows that her dad says all the time. So she chose the Browns. Good for her. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I get these all down. Okay. Game number 2. The Tennessee Titans are playing at the Pittsburgh Steelers, and once again, the home team is getting 1.5 points. I will start us off, and I am not a believer that the Titans are as good as their record, and I'm always going to bet against the Titans. But the Steelers are playing particularly pathetic football right now, and they're going to fail to win this one, so I am going Titans. Crutch.
I'm going to go with you for the exact same reason. Yeah. I mean, the Steelers are trash. Go with the Titans.
Roger?
It's toss up.
Titans, clean sweep. I'll take the Titans.
All right. And my daughter, who is unaware of certain things, that's why it's fun to play against 3-year-olds, she did pick the Steelers.
I'm going to gain some ground on it.
I put her to bed at 2:30 today, by the way. All right. Final game we're going to do tonight. The Seattle Seahawks are at the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are giving 6 points. And Crutch, we're going to start with you.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm going to go with the Rams. After, what was that Monday night game? They looked impressive. I think they pull it out.
Okay. Roger?
I got to take Seattle with the points. I don't, Matthew Stafford, he can show up and throw 3 touchdowns or 3 interceptions. You never know with Detroit, Matt. But I'm going to take the 6 points with the Seahawks. Maybe Russell Wilson will use those 2 stud wide receivers he's got and win the game.
All right. Fair enough. The Rams are obviously very hot right now. They were so entertaining Monday night. And Seattle has played better, but they're not up to this challenge. I'm going Rams. And that will do it, this edition. So now I think we have a feature for Roger. Roger, you have not told me what you're going to do tonight, but you have a top 10 list, right?
I do, Andy. I got a top 10 list here of, excuse me, the top 10 reasons why the Raiders left Oakland for Vegas. We did a little survey, and this is what we come up with. Number 10, Circus Olay and shrooms. It's one of the reasons.
All right. Hopefully we can do better than that.
Number 9, John Madden still has chips from the Flamingo in his closet. I don't know what that has to do with. I wrote that driving through the Cuyahoga National Valley. I needed one more. Number 8, San Francisco. They're just too close to all the hippies were just too close for comfort. In San Francisco, it's do you know any hippies?
No.
It's the sandalwood. It's overbearing. The sandalwood oil is number 7. The number 7 reason why the Raiders left Oakland for Vegas. 2 of the 3 Raiders Super Bowl trophies are at Rick Harrison's Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. Yeah, Chubley's taking care of those.
That's good.
They wanted to be closer. Number 6, fixing games is easier in Vegas.
Okay.
That makes sense. Number 5, Ed in Los Altos was calling all the Oakland radio stations. He's kind of like the sandalwood oil, just a little too much sometimes.
You're saying they moved teams because Ed was calling their radio station?
They moved the whole operation because of Ed was calling in all the time. Number 4, Steph Curry he kept breaking in and chewing up all the players' mouthpieces.
Okay, that's a good one. I like that one.
He is a vile little cuss, that Curry. You see, he broke the 3-point thing last night. Did you see that?
I did not see that.
I saw that, yeah. All right, number 3. Owner Mark Davis. He's actually a charter member of the Flying Elvises out of Utah chapter.
Okay.
I changed that one.
I hate to see what you had originally.
I know. I like to throw that in. Number 2. Al Davis shook Sinatra's hand. That'll get you into Vegas. And the number 1 reason why the Oakland Raiders
I can't wait.
moved to Vegas, hookers and cocaine.
That makes sense.
That's it for tonight's top 10. Raiders left Oakland for Vegas. And for Nick Carnes, fuck the Raiders. I'm Roger First, Cuyahoga Falls, and you're not.
Well done, Roger. That was a fantastic top 10. Maybe next time run it by me.
Ross contributed. He wrote some good ones. And my goal, Andy, is to get another guy in there with them and maybe a writer or two. And all I got to do is show up and they give me a script. I go to my trailer and be like Bill fucking Murray and just at 10 o'clock have a script ready to go.
Jessica says, thanks, Letterman. Good job. Roger does love Letterman, so
I love David Letterman.
Well, he's still alive, so you could say I love. You don't have to say loved. And he's still doing content to this day. So, all right. I think it's time.
He's going to sue me.
He's not going to sue you. You didn't. You just threw cards. It's whatever. All right. Ross, we're going to get to the Ross game that he prepared for Crutchfield. We're trying to get the show under an hour. So I hope, Ross, that your show is, somewhat streamlined. Let's bring him on.
Yeah. So, Andy, I'm going to share a couple screens with you. I got my special guest video lined up and some of the game prep. So let's share this with you real quick to get people started. You seeing what I'm seeing? What are you guys seeing?
Nothing.
Not seeing anything?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, man. You got it? You guys see it now?
No.
No, we don't.
You just have to hit the share screen button. It should pull it up, and then you have to. Did you check it to make sure it's active?
Yeah, it's on there. I'm sharing a tab right now.
I did ask, not to be a dick, but I did ask that you get on like 10 minutes before we start so we can test this to make sure it works.
Okay. I mean, got another screen to share. Is it working?
Andy, well,
I'm trying not to lose my mind.
I know I can see it.
I mean, I got a nice media. I got the audio going and everything. I mean, my internet connection's pretty solid. I got all my green bars going.
You're not blurry like Crutchfield is.
If you start asking me for tech help, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble.
Oh crap! Well, I don't know, man.
This is the ending, Ross. This is big. This is bigger than the Catalina wine.
I'm good at tech stuff, but even tech stuff I get stumbled on. This is ridiculous. I've solid internet. I'm hardwired in.
All right. Roger, how should we handle this? I'm trying not to be a dick.
No, just let them work out the technical difficulties. And, you want to bring – what can we do? You want to bring some – let's bullshit and let Ross figure it out. And we got time.
I was going to actually prepare a game just in case something happened.
Well,
the most important part.
Andy, we could just have it a round table or something. We got nothing. Let's just have it bring. We need.
All right. Let's bring Kelly on, and while Kelly
Kelly on, and maybe something. Ross, it's okay. Just figure it out. And
I'm working on it away now.
Sorry, Ross. It's not as easy as you thought, was it?
How is the fireball going? While Ross tries to work this out.
What?
Whoa!
I'm starting on a new one, guys.
Oh my god! How many are in? Like how many?
Holy.
It's a dog chug. I come correct.
Oh,
You know me.
We love that about you.
Oh man.
How many ounces are in those?
That's a good question. I don't know. It's 66 proof though.
Yeah.
That's the important part. Don't get the crappy kind; it'll give you a headache.
There's a crappy kind.
Yeah, there's like the ones that they sell at the gas station. No.
I
No
just
bueno.
saw those. I was waiting for a lady at the ATM. She's doing a deposit. You know how long that takes, right? And I look over, and then the little bottles were in the package. And I was like, I started to walk towards them. I said, no, I got to go to work tomorrow because I figure if I had those and you were, it would have been all
No,
bad.
you got to go in the liquor store. The ones that are not in the liquor store, not legit. They have more sugar, less alcohol. More alcohol,
glad.
less headache.
I'm glad I
Advice
didn't.
for all of the dog chuggers out there. Only 66
He's
proof.
Ross is going crazy right now.
he's losing it.
You know,
Johnny
Ed,
like Johnny Manziel with the.
Wait, what?
Ed can't quit, you guys. You know this, right? So he prepared a game.
I'm trying
and
here.
he
Like
did.
I had it already.
Sorry, Ross.
I've shared stuff before on here
Ed's
before. I don't know
in
what I'm doing
wings.
differently.
You want to bring him in?
Ed prepared a game.
Ed prepared
He
a
sure
game.
did.
I didn't vote him off. I'm just trying to tell you that I didn't vote him off.
Okay. Ross, I'm going to give you till 10:50, which is in 4 minutes. And if you can't get this fixed, would Ed come on and do the game?
Would Ed come on and do
He was
this?
sitting there next to me for, I think it took him over an hour to prepare this game for a show he's not even on. So I'm pretty sure Ed loves him some Ed. He'll be right on.
Why did he prepare a game for a show that he's not on? I don't understand.
Do you understand anything Ed says, does? Because if you do, you're better than me. And I win the games with him, but
Good
I
point.
still don't know him.
I
Like
voted
that.
to keep the guy. She's right.
Good. Because he's got that much time on his hands.
He even got a new hat today because he just knew you guys were going to be wanting back. No, I'm just kidding.
He got to do that.
He did. He did get a new hat. His mom bought it for him.
Ross, any progress, Ross?
Oh, I haven't been trying. I just grabbed another beer. I'm too frustrated.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't blame you.
Kelly,
Sure, I would do.
how did Roger's top 10 list go?
I loved it.
Yeah? Is that why you drank all your Fireball? Because you were just
Well,
chugging?
wait, I had to chug to the strippers and cocaine. Like, who doesn't want to chug to that? Like, oh.
I've never even been to Vegas. I don't know.
I've never been to Vegas either, but I guarantee Ed probably ran everyone out of town, any town he's ever called, been in, whatever.
Okay.
So I can agree with that. Was that number 4, I think?
I'd rather go to like 1970s Vegas than today's Vegas. You know? That's where I want to be in 70s Vegas and, you know,
I would agree because
lounge acts and see Elvis.
no one
Man.
knew what they were doing playing poker, so I would be able to clean up.
Fuck me.
Ross, how is this going to happen? Let me ask you that. 'Cause
I gave up. I'm just drinking beer. That's what we do on the dog chug. You know, when things don't work out, you just chug beer.
I knew
fine.
Yeah, all right. It's fine.
Hey, Crutch.
We love you, Ross.
Hey.
Sorry this didn't work out. Next time we'll make more of a priority to test, make sure we got it
It's
going
my
on.
fault.
Yeah,
I'll do better
yeah,
next
no,
week.
it's-
You can count on that.
We still have much confidence in you. Sorry that I got frustrated. Okay.
Andy, just with the document that I get emailed and that Ross does his job. Maybe that was a little too much for him, you know, to expect.
Too fast.
He bit off a little more than he can chew. Big shoes to fill
I
during
have
the
to
final
have a game.
game.
I have to have a game played. So would Ed be willing to just come on one time to do the game?
One time, right? One
I'm
time?
saying, yeah, like can you
Let's-
just
I guarantee he will definitely come on. You want me to get him, guys? Are you real?
I'm in, Andy.
Poison.
Somebody's got to save the show because
You
if
want
not, it's
Ed.
just going to be me
Still
and
want
Crutch
Ed.
drinking beer and
should he,
that'll be it. We'll fade out.
is he going to come on your screen or should I?
Nope. I will send him the link right now if you want me to. Do you want to invite him? It's up
All
to
right,
you.
all right. We need to have a game. We'll have it on one time. It's fine.
Okay, I'll send him the link. You tell me. You say the word, Andy. You're the man.
Yeah.
I cannot believe I trusted Ross with this responsibility.
You say it. I mean,
okay, yeah. Tell him he could be on for this one episode.
Okay,
time.
I'm gonna send him the link, and then you'll see him in there if I send him the link. Okay.
Yeah.
You can click on him. Hold on, I'm gonna send it to him.
Roger, are we doing the right thing here?
I think we're doing the right thing. We need to close this thing out as a professional, and we can work out, whatever compensation. It would be a couple pairs of socks. I don't know. For tonight only. For tonight only. Let's see what he's got, Andy. Let's see what he's got.
Crutch, is this the stupidest episode you've been on yet?
Oh, that's a hard question. They've all been pretty stupid.
Fair enough. All right, well, here he is. Let's bring on Ed. Kelly, we're gonna pull you off for now. Ed, welcome back to the Dog Jug.
I'm back. All I gotta say is this: Ed in Los Altos.
I already can mute him. At least I got that going through. All right, sorry I muted you. I'm being a dick. I want you to do your game. Will you do our game? The game you prepared for Crutch.
Yes, I will do this game, but I need under one condition: that I am reinstated as a full-time member of the Dog Chug, one of the premier podcasts in Cleveland, representing Chuggers and Browns fans all around the world. Are you in? I have a bomb-ass game. I have the thing that's going to make this show saved from the stupidity that you guys have been putting on for the last 52 minutes. Can we get this done, Andy? I have all the bargaining chips right here, sir. Are you in?
All right, maybe here's what I'm going to say. First of all, if the game sucks, definitely not. I'm not going to be able to evaluate because I already fired you. Roger's not going to evaluate. He fired you. So, Crutch, if he has a good game, then say he has a good game, and that means we'll bring him back on. If the game sucks, though, if you say the game's no good, Ed's gone. Sound good? Is that fair?
I can do that. I love it.
Columbus, baby. Do it for Columbus. Do it for Columbus.
All right. Let's play your game.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I went back and looked at all of your Dog Chug prediction podcasts that you had put out throughout the year that you had started in February.
Scientific off-season prediction videos that happened the week after the Super Bowl, so it actually was February.
Which I said February.
Oh, I thought you said January. Sorry.
Yes. And then so what I did was I made some statements, and I'm going to ask you and Crutch if those statements are correct or not, or I might switch it up and say something that's incorrect, and you have to tell me, did you say that verbatim or not?
So you're saying, are you using my words in my videos, or are you using fake words?
I am using your words in your video, but I'm going to ask the question, and it may be true or may be false. I may have switched up the question, but I will show the video to show the evidence of what the real answer is.
And you're saying me and Crutch can work together to come up with the answers?
Yes.
Wow.
Let's do it.
Are you okay?
How many questions did you prepare?
I have 5 questions plus a bonus question, so
Perfect.
6 questions total.
That's the way we like to do it. All right.
That's Andy Mansion level work right there.
That's good. Yeah, you've done much better than Ross. I don't know what the fuck Ross did, but so far I'm with you.
Okay. So the first question. So going back to the September 26th Bears game that you attended with Nick and Jacob, you made a prediction about the final score of the game. Did you say that the Browns would win 57-0?
I thought these were off-season video questions.
Hey, come on,
All right,
it's been such a long season. I don't remember. It's been such
a. Crutch, what would? Let me give you my analysis. I think I would have come up with a stupid prediction like that, and I would have come up with a fake number, bold. Browns going to win by 1 million. I think 57 sounds like a number I would come up with, so I would lean towards saying this is truthful, but I'm not confident at all.
Oh man,
what are your Crutch?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be tough. To be honest with you, Andy, I only watch the beginning part of your videos and I fast forward to the end. So,
I
think,
will
yeah.
say though, hold on. I might not have said 57 though, because it's Heinz 57. So I think if 57 popped into my mind, I would have chosen a different number. So I'm now thinking it's false.
Final answer.
I don't want any. Well, it's Crutch's decision to make. I don't want anything to point towards Pittsburgh. So I think I don't think I would have had 57. It's my logic.
Okay. So
what's your answer, Crutch?
Yeah, and plus, it doesn't make any sense because 57 would be how many touchdowns? That would be an odd, right? 6, 7.
There's a way to get to any number of points scored. So
come on, we're trying to keep this under an hour. Come on, guys. Come on.
He's just chugged.
I think you didn't say that. No.
Okay. Well, here's the answer.
I'm gonna say Browns 127, Bears 0.
1-0. Away we go.
All right. This
Okay.
is good. I like question 2.
Way too thought into that.
So so the second question. Now this one did come in the offseason. This was on March 28th, 2 days after my birthday, March 26th, the day that God blessed the earth.
Wow, nobody cares.
Thank you. What did you say that the favorite offseason free agency move that Andrew Berry made? Did you say that it was signing Jadeveon Clowney?
Okay, I'm gonna very emphatically say that it's not Jadeveon Clowney, because I think John Johnson III was my favorite move, and I was pretty tepid that Clowney was going to stay healthy and have a productive season, which he has had. So I was wrong on that one. But Crutch, it's up to you to answer.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't see you being that excited about Clowney. I think you were more pumped about other, like you said, secondary help that we got.
Okay, well, here we go.
While I respected all the moves the Browns made in free agency, today I wanted to point out my favorite, which was the re-signing of Rashard Higgins.
Oh,
but he got it right because it wasn't Clowney. It wasn't obviously John Johnson.
Look at
but
the
it was
season Higgins is having. Wow, I was dead on that one. Whew.
So we're 2-0. We're 2-0. 2-0. Okay. Then let's go to May 30th, one day before my son's birthday, which
nobody cares.
Okay. You gave a list of the top 5 sexiest Browns fans. Number 5 was Sir Yacht. Number 4 was Joe Thomas. 3, Nathan Segura, because of his love of wrestling at such an old age. Well, 40s. I wouldn't say old age, but older age. Number 2, Andy Lytle. You said wasn't sexy at all, but you ripped this bit from him. And the number 1 answer was, you said Nick Carnes. Is that true or false?
Okay. Crutch, do you know this answer?
Yeah, I think it's definitely true because I think I actually remember that. It was like some weird love note to Nick Carnes.
He said it's because he's trying to fuck Andrew Berry.
You did say, well, we'll find out here. We'll find out.
All right.
And number 1, Nick Carnes. Some people say he's a bit of a homer, but I can assure you he's not. He's not even a fan of the Cleveland Browns at all. All of his tweets are just part of his master plan to fuck Andrew Berry.
Wow. Wow. We're 3-0, guys.
Wow. So, Crutch, you've won. If we go 6-0, how about you're fired again?
Oh, jeez. Okay, well, number 4 then.
Stacking the deck against Jed.
This gem came from the April 4th, episode 8, where you chugged 2.7 beers in 1 minute. And did you say that the drafting of Johnny Manziel was the hardest time you ever had rooting for the Browns?
Boy, I'm gonna say I would think that's false. I think Hugh Jackson was the hardest time I ever was rooting for the Browns. That was my guess. I definitely didn't like rooting for Johnny Manziel at all, but I think Hugh Jackson was my number one.
Crutch.
God, I would say rooting for Josh Whedon was probably the worst.
Brandon.
Yeah, Crutch
So
never gets.
I'm going to say false.
Okay, well, let's go to the tape. Let's like, I think that kind of is a giveaway, but let's go to the tape here.
I'll admit, though, when it was clear he was coming back for year 3, that was the hardest time I've ever had rooting for this team. It was so bad I had an app on my phone dedicated to counting down the days until the end of the season, as I knew this would be the end of his road, and I neurotically looked at it at least 5 times a day.
And I want to say something too. Watching this, you mentioned that you went out to dinner and you were going to go up to Mr. Hugh Jackson. You happened to see, but there was a picture of you and Hugh Jackson embracing each other. So it was such a hard time. What did you actually whisper into Hugh's ear at the time? Was it like a Mike Silver kind of thing when you guys were buddying it up?
Hugh Jackson was there with his wife and with Nathan Segura and his wife, and my father-in-law like ran over to him and said hi, and then my wife immediately was like, "You have to get a picture with my husband. He's the biggest Browns fan." And at that point, I like literally was trashing Hugh Jackson every day, so I did not want that to happen. But my wife basically said, like, he's the biggest Browns fan, so I was like, all right. And he was so gracious. He stopped eating his food. He got up. He like put his arm around me, took a picture. His wife was talking about her baby. It was kind of a cool moment. But yeah, the whole time I'm just like, I can't believe I have a picture with me and Hugh Jackson when he's literally my public enemy number one. I'm such a hack.
Well, we wish you nothing but success at Grambling State. It didn't work out in Cleveland, but I'm sure he was a nice guy. So, and maybe that some of that loser rubbed off on you, Andy.
I think he's a huge flaming asshole in real life, though.
And
anyway,
probably.
Yeah, I think you should bring back the goatee. That was rocking, man.
All right.
All right, number 5. I'm with that. Number 5. This gem came a week later in episode 9 when Andy decided that 2.8 beers in 1 minute was going to be his, challenge, and he did achieve that. But he made some predictions about the Browns season. He said, "Are they going to win the Super Bowl?" I'm going to change this one up a little bit different. I'm going to actually give 4 choices here. And you have to get the one that's right, because some of these are a little bit, I don't know what you're thinking here. I'm kind of, foggy here. You said, was one of them win a Super Bowl, make the wild card as a road team, miss the playoffs altogether, or host a playoff game and play at the end of January, which I don't even know what that exactly means.
Okay, so I am going to say that it was to host a playoff game. That's what I've wanted more than anything. And that's where I thought the Browns are at this season. I hope that's going to be the case. If we can win this week, I think we're on track to do that. But Crutch, I would go with that one.
Yeah, I definitely think you said something about hosting a game and playing in January, late January seems to be
going deep in
so
the
what
playoffs.
are my options?
Okay. Well, that's the one. Hey, stick with that one. All right, here we go. To the tape here.
Pretty much already acknowledged that was the one, because he said, "I don't know what you meant by that."
Yeah, pretty. That's true. You picked up on those context clues pretty good. But here we go.
The Cleveland Browns are going to host a playoff game and will still be playing at the end of January.
All right. But I don't even. But as a prediction, what does that mean? So we lose in the AFC Championship game. What exactly does that mean?
I think it means
Andy?
we're getting to the AFC Championship game.
Okay, fair enough. And that's kind of what I thought you were kind of going with.
All right.
Okay, and the last question, because we love bonus questions, and I don't want to get fired here, but it probably looks like it's going to end that way. Okay, so you said on July 11th, episode 22, when 4.1 beers was your challenge, which you successfully executed in 1 minute, you said that Baker Mayfield deserves an extension because, and I'm going to list the 4, I'm going to do it like the other one because these are kind of funny. He is hated by Colin Cowherd. He deserves an extension because he will grow 6 inches in the offseason. Baker Mayfield is very accurate, or because Baker Mayfield's intangibles.
Intangibles. Final answer.
Crutch.
Intangibles. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
intangibles. To be honest, I forgot. I didn't really listen to the whole question, but
yeah.
intangibles.
Well, I don't like. It looks like I'm getting fired again. So that's all I got to say. Here we go.
Talk about Baker Mayfield and why he deserves an extension. The thing about Baker is his intangibles play a significant part of the equation. It's why he makes it so easy to be a fan unless you're not familiar, and then so easy to write off and say stupid shit.
Well, you're 6 for 6, and it looks like once again, if that was the case, it looks like adios, amigos.
Wow. That was a well-run game. You could have made it a little harder, but I appreciate the effort. Crutch, what say you?
I think the excitement level, I love it. I'm feeling it. So I'm gonna say it's all good. So he can stay.
Wow, Ed, you're back on the show.
I asked one thing though. And I know I'm in no position to ask for anything, but to be thankful for what I'm getting. We got to keep Ross. I know Ross had a bad night. I had a bad night. I got fired. Let's keep Ross.
Ross could have like 10 more bad nights before I'm worried about firing him. Ross is great. You're like one more fuck about you're back to being fired.
That's how Kelly treats me, so I'm used to it.
All right.
I think, but for budget reasons, we got to cut somebody. So we either got to cut Roger or we got to cut Andy.
Yeah, well, we can cut me. It's fine.
Yeah, I pay the bills here. We pay in socks, and I have all the socks.
He does.
Hold on a minute.
Yep.
Cut who? Andy and Roger.
Here's the problem: if we lose Ed, we lose Kelly. That's a problem.
Hey, you know what, Ed? That was great.
How far about a drink, guys?
Thank you, Roger. Thank you,
Ed. That was great, and I was wrong. I was wrong in freeing Ed.
I don't want to be free. I want to be.
I don't want to free Ed. I want Ed all the time. All the time, I want Ed. And when I wake up in the morning, I want Ed. When I go to bed at night, I want Ed.
I do.
She said that's a bad choice.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I'm living what your dream is, and trust me, it's not that great.
Ed, I want one thing. I want you to guarantee me one thing.
Yes, sir.
That you're gonna be here every Wednesday night at 10 o'clock.
You got it.
From now on, you're gonna be here. Is there anything I can get you, Ed? Do you want Ross's parking space?
I want a Cleveland Browns.
As Ross's agent, we cannot give up the parking spot. I'm sorry. Ed has to still park in the back. We barely just let him back in the door.
Ed, you're back into Christmas. You're back at the Christmas party.
Thanks for sticking up for me, Kelly.
I just hope those terrorists don't show up like the last time. We're crawling through vents. It was crazy.
What is this, like Die Hard or something? Is this like
Hey.
Is that a
Come to the
is that
dog
a
chug.
Is that
You
a
see
bad
Elfman
question?
today. Elfman was making fun of me today on hey, join the conversation, Browns fans. Come down into Rogers' basement. You might disappear. Did you see him today making fun of me? Yeah. Andy's back.
Sorry.
Straighten up. Sit up straight. Andy's back.
All right, so I think we just need to say goodnight. Kelly, why don't you lead the way with chugging some alcohol? Crutch, how are you doing with your party beer?
Oh, it's good. I've switched to another one now.
Yeah, he's already drank that. That was the beginning of the show. Any professional would know that was gone.
He poured that before we went on air, I think.
Let's all order
American
some
Pilsner.
Let's all order some desecration gummies from our good friends, Sacrilege Bros. And if we all take that, doesn't matter how many of our players are on the COVID list, we are going to win on Saturday and keep the playoff hopes alive, even though I don't know how we're going to win when we get to the playoffs. But let's just win the AFC North once. That would be amazing. Right?
Promo code 666.
Oh, yeah.
There you All right. So to everyone, thank you for watching. I hope everyone had fun. Ed, I'm 20% glad you're back on the show. That's awesome. Good for you.
I missed you, Ed.
I love you, Roger.
I love you too, brother.
I thought your wife said you weren't wearing a tie.
No, I said he hadn't put one on until yesterday. He's been so depressed.
My triumphant return. I have to represent. Then the Browns. Let's go Browns. Browns 24, Raiders 10. We're gonna get it done. No red, right 88, and we're gonna make the playoffs. And we're gonna ride with 5.
Ed, the other night I wandered around the house in a tie. I missed you so much. I just wandered around the house in a tie and tidy whities because I missed you so much.
All right. Well, drinking.
You complete me. You complete me.
I love you, Raj.
Yeah, I love you too, Roger. I love you, Crutch. I love you, Ross. I love you, Kelly. Go Ed.
Great show, guys. Go Browns.
Yeah,
Go Browns.
Go Browns.
Go
Him
Browns.
dad.